Hello, Possum. How are you doing this fine afternoon? Welcome back to another Sapphic Sunday. Are you excited for more spicy wolves? Last time I got really spicy. I didn't know that, I know when Rat told me it was gonna get spicy, I didn't know it was gonna be, that spicy. Look how spicy this is right there. Look how spicy this is. Very spicy. Oh, you missed that? Oh, we got really spicy. We got all the way to the hot spring, and then we stopped there. The VODs are still up? Actually, yeah, the VOD, you can still watch the VOD. It's this playlist somewhere in the Twitch. Look how spicy it got. Look at that. Look how spicy it is, Possum. Oh, I have a lot of slots. Wait, what? Oh my god, I meant... Oh my, I'm a fucking idiot. How the fuck did I go that far? Wait. How the fuck did I go skip thousands of pages for saves? What the fuck? How was I so dumb that I skipped 3 whole like 4 or 5 pages of save slots? Like an idiot. What the fuck? Well, well, that's awkward. Anyways, let's just jump into save number 45. Put it back to the proper page. 19. I don't know how I catch that somehow, but you know. Alright, let's go. Let's get in there. Let's be gay and do crimes. Following an uneventful walk back to the cabin, the rest of our day proceeded without incident. Mirari, back to her old self, cooks dinner for the 3 of us, all the while acting like the events of the hot spring never happened. Fuyu, on the other hand, has been uncharacteristically quiet and submissive. Looking submissive and Fuyu, aren't you? You're looking kind of submissive, Fuyu. She's kept to herself and hasn't talked except when I'm spoke to. Forget it. They'll be back to normal tomorrow. They've already gone to bed anyway. Rather than worry about the chaos they were creating earlier. Hi, Kaizen licking the screen as usual, being weird. Don't lick the submissive wolf, you weirdo. She's mine. I'll say as I go the Mirari route, probably. Rather than worry about the chaos they were creating earlier, I should simply enjoy the peace. Yeah, you are. I lie down on my bed and close my eyes. Being with the wolf girls all day has tired me out. Right now, all I want to do is... Oh, for crying out loud. I regretfully open my eyes and peer towards the door to my bedroom. Watching the door carefully, I notice subtle movements as the intruder attempts to open the door more quietly than they started to. A few moments later, a familiar pair of ears enter my line of sight, followed by 2 timid, curious eyes. Mirari? What are you doing sneaking around like that?
You caught me. I wasn't sure if it would be better to wait until you were asleep or not.
If what would be better? Hey, wait! Without responding verbally, Mirari walks over to my bed and crawls on top. She then inches forward on all 4s until she's right next to me, sitting with her legs at her side. What are you doing, Mirari? you want someone to sleep next to, keep Fuyu company.
Yeah, I would, but
But what?
Fuyu has been a bit, restless ever since we went to the hot spring.
Ah. Right, maybe Fuyu's in heat after all. Having her do it while we were bathing is one thing. But I can see how sleeping next to her might be problematic. So you plan to sleep next to me instead? If you can't sleep without being right beside someone, you might want to give up and run away from home all by yourself. You might want to give up on running away all by yourself. Miori giggles at my remark.
You've got me there. But you know, I didn't just come here to sleep.
Before I can ask Miori to elaborate, Miori has started to worm her way under my blanket. I need to check something real quick. I need to quit. Now close the whole game, whoopsies. I'm trying to go to the title screen. Check something. I'm worried. I'm scared. I'm scared. Yes, I'm scared of that. Okay, I still have this thing on it down here. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, wait, Mari, what are you doing?
Sleeping. Just sleeping.
Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and go to sleep.
Yes.
I close my eyes and roll onto my side, facing away from Minari. Unfortunately, even without looking at her, I'm unable to settle down. The sound of her breathing continues to stimulate me. And I can feel her body warmth on my back, even without her touching me. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep like this. Calm down, Suzume. She's here to sleep, nothing more. Bear with it and... I see. Okay. I see. I really wish I had a backup plan for what to do at this. Uh... Huh. Uh-huh. A yelp of surprise escapes from my lips as a pair of long, slender arms wrap themselves around my neck. The next moment, two soft, bulging mounds are pressed against my back, and I can feel Mirari's legs intertwining with mine. Is Mirari trying to warm up? Her and Fuyu sleep pretty close together. Maybe Mirari's... Huh? As I try to rationalize Mirari's actions, one of her hands traveled to my waist. Okay. Okay. Will this murder my computer? Let's find out if this murders the stream. 2 gigabytes of game data. Of something else. You know? Don't murder the internet. Come on. Come on. I think we're... Hmm. You know, this is quite the dilemma. I hurriedly grab her wrist to try and prevent her from getting any further. Mary, what are you doing? This place is... The moment I turned to face Mary, the moment I turned to face her, Mari's lips pressing its mine. Mary? Like so, she brings her face close to mine, as if she was about to kiss me once more.
You know, Suzume, I noticed how you were acting while watching me and Fuyu earlier.
My body jerks in surprise as her cold fingers suddenly play at the waistband of my panties. If you like, I can make you feel good too. The moment I'm about to come to my senses, I can feel my own hand move as well. I gulp as a soft moan escapes from Mari's lips. Far too late to do me any good. I finally realize what's going on. It looks like Fuyu wasn't the only one getting excited at the hot spring earlier. But even so, taking advantage of another girl like this is kind of... Thinking over my eternal dilemma, my hormones eventually win over. So to help Mari fulfill her primal urges, I have a choice whether to use my hands or mouth to help her, and choose accordingly. But in our moment of passion, Mari begs me for something I can't give her. And with that... I'm sorry, Mari, I just can't do this with you. Not like this. I know you don't really want this. You're just being driven by instinct and acting on impulse. I know I'm just taking advantage of that. Forgetfully, Mirari begins to dress herself. She looks dejected as she stares down at herself, but doesn't protest at all. As forceful as she was acting moments ago, Mari isn't going to try to make me do anything I disagree with. Besides, seeing that Mari is now fully dressed, I turn to face her. This isn't the kind of thing you should do on the spur of the moment with someone you barely know. You should say this kind of thing for someone you love. Mari freezes. After a few seconds of silence, she tilts her head and looks at me in the eyes.
Then, as long as I love the other person, it's okay?
If the other person feels the same way about you, then yeah.
I see. So you don't share any of my feelings at all, after all?
Huh? Mari shovels off the bed and stands up. She then walks over to the doorway and stops just before passing through.
I'll just have to keep working hard until you do.
Saying so at a volume no greater than a whisper, Mari leaves my bedroom, closing the door behind her. Even after Mari is gone, I stare at the door silently, for a while trying to piece together everything that has just happened. Whatever it was that just transpired, I Don't think I'll ever be able to look at Mirari the same way again. Since the night I spent with Mirari, she has undergone an unexpected but not unwelcomed change. Her attentiveness has increased sevenfold, and so has her attention to detail. She's been working dutifully to earn her keep, but at the same time she appears to be by my side every spare moment she gets. As a result, my cabin seems to be permanently filled with the smell of food, and the entire place is cleaner than it ever has been before. On the other hand, however...
Excuse me, I'm all done cleaning the kitchen. You know what that means.
I know. I'm here.
Yeah.
Ray lets out a brief cry of pleasure as I pat her head.
That feels so good, Suzume. Your hands are to die for. I don't think I'll ever be able to leave you now.
Real subtle, Mirari. Lately, Mirari has been really driving home the fact that she doesn't want to leave my cabin. Strangely, Fuyu hasn't been getting on her case as much as about it either. She seems to be torn about whether to reprimand Mirari or just go along with her selfishness. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about it at all. Squatters' rights. Yeah.
Suzume, when you're finished reading, would you like to, where we left off the other night?
Huh? Mirari, what are you suggesting exactly?
Jeez. Don't make me say it. You know what I'm talking about, Suzume.
The entire neighborhood knows what you're talking about. Can't you lovebirds keep it to yourself? Lovebirds? Mari smiles, her cheeks red, as she accepts Fuyu's designation without protest.
I suppose it would be inappropriate to go any further while Fuyu is here. Very well, we'll continue this discussion later. For the time being, I'll return to cleaning. Don't neglect to reward me once I'm finished, Suzume.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever you say, Mirari. Gross. It was bad enough when the princess was acting on her own. Now that she started playing along, she's getting even worse. Playing along? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. I know exactly what's going on. Princess wants to stay here with you, and you're letting her think that she can. You're both using each other, yet you're too dumb to realize it. Come on, Fuyu, don't be like that. Mirari and I are just making the best of the bad situation. We both know that she'll be returning to her pack soon enough. Human, do you actually believe what you just said? Fuyu narrows her eyes and glares at me coldly. The princess is serious about staying here with you. Her advances on you are not a joke, and I think you know that. You're going to have to give her your answer sooner or later, Suzume. If you don't, that girl will surely force her hand. I have a different accent now than the last time. Because I forgot exactly the voice I gave for you. With Fuyu's warning still fresh in my mind, I spend the rest of my day replaying the past few days over and over in my mind. From Mirari's increased skinship to her over-the-top attentiveness, and especially her not-too-subtle mentions of staying in my cabin indefinitely. All of this, in addition to Mirari's visit to my room, paints a clear picture. Fuyu was right. Mirari really does want to stay here with me. Not just as a resident of this cabin either. She seems to want more than that. But do I have what it takes to give Mirari what she wants? I turn onto my side and cross my eyes as Mirari's face comes to mind. I like Mirari, I really do. I enjoy having her here and... having her here, and there's definitely a part of me which wants her to keep staying with me. But I also know that if I do give in to her, things will not end well. Staying with me would mean asking Mirari to abandon her friends and family. She would be isolated, left out only with me for company. If I truly cared about her, then could I bring myself to wish such a fate upon her? Suzume, are you still awake? I was hoping to speak with you before you fall asleep. Brought back to reality by Mirari's soothing voice, I sit up to face her. I'm still awake. What's wrong, Mirari? Is something troubling you? Yes, you could say that. Can we possibly talk outside? I nod, the unspoken understanding that Fuyu might be listening in such a small house. Outside the air is cool, but not overly unpleasant. Mirari leads us to a small clearing near the house. Satisfied that we were far enough out of earshot from Fuyu, Mirari turns to me. Suzume, I don't know if you realize this, but these past few days I've been dropping a number of hints about staying here. Hints, she says. Hardly. There was nothing indirect or vague about her statement at all. Repressing the urge to retort, I let Mirari speak. Suzume, I don't want to inconvenience you or to pressure you into making a decision. However, I don't have the leisure of waiting indefinitely while you decide my fate either. So, I want to ask you directly, right here and now. Suzume, will you let me stay in your cabin with you? I bite my lip as Mirari's watery eyes bore into my skull as I struggle to answer her. And truthfully, her question is one I don't yet have the answer to. It's a serious question, with equally serious consequences. It's something I need time to think about, lest I do something reckless and irresponsible. Be that as it may, time is not on our side. Just as Missouri stated, she can't wait forever, nor can I expect her to. Mariah requires an answer sooner rather than later. The pack needs her to know if she will lead it, and Mirari must begin to plan the next stage of her life accordingly. Unfortunately for Mirari, however, if I'm being forced to reach a decision right this second, then it won't be the one she wants to hear. I'm sorry, Mirari, but my answer is no. I can't let you stay here. I see. I apologize for asking such a selfish question. It was wrong of me to attempt to force myself on you like this. With her lips quivering and her hands clenched tightly, Mirari looks down at her feet as she fights back tears. Try as she might to put on a brave face, her disappointment is clear.
I'm sorry, Suzume. I'm so sorry. I've been nothing but a burden to you this entire time, and now that it's time to go, I'm trying to take advantage of your kindness once more. I am truly a detestable person.
You're wrong. That isn't it at all. I grabbed Mari's shoulder firmly and forced her to look me in the eyes. Mirari, you haven't been a burden. In fact, it's been a pleasure to have you here. Anyone would be lucky to take you in. It's just... I'm doing this for your own good. I know about your situation back home and why you want to leave, but... That's exactly why I can't take you in. Mirari... You can't stay with me like this. You need to return to your pack before you've lost them forever.
But you said that you're out here to be free, to get away from your family that expected so much of you.
I know, and I'm sorry. In reality, our situations are not the same, Mirari. You have actual lives counting on you, while I gave up when things got too difficult. I ran away before I even tried to take over the company. Now I'll never know if it would have been too much for me or not. I'm not as strong as you think I am. Real strength comes from facing your problems head on. I'm not out here because of freedom. I'm out here because I ran away. And I don't want to make that same mistake. I don't want you to make that same mistake.
You are too kind, Suzume. Even now, when I'm troubling you, so you're still trying to spare my feelings. But you don't need to pretend anymore. If you simply tell me that you dislike me or you do not want me around anymore, I will leave without a fight.
Ah, jeez. Fine. Have it your way. If words won't get through to you, then maybe actions will.
Excuse me, what are you?
Before Mirari can protest, I grab her shoulders and press my lips against hers. Forcefully, yet not so hard as to hurt her. I kiss Mirari, causing her eyes to open wide in surprise. Despite her shock, Mirari does not push me away.
Suzume.
I try to pull away from Mirari, but the moment I do, she wraps her arms around my back. Her surprise is turned into lust, and she isn't prepared to let me go so quickly.
Suzume, does this mean...
Yeah. I like you, Mirari, more than anyone I've known in a very long time. Before I met you, I thought I was destined to live the rest of my life out here in solitude, far away from everyone and everything. But being here with you, Mirari, you reminded me of the good that comes from being with others. I wasn't just trying to make you feel better earlier, Mirari. I really have enjoyed your company, and I would be overjoyed to have you here with me from now on. But that's also why I have to let you go. Mirari's joyful smile turns into one of sadness and a heartbeat. No matter how many nice words I pile up, the end result is still that Mirari must go.
Why? I don't understand. If you care about me so, you care about me too, then why? Can't I stay here? Why can't we be together? Why?
I don't answer. Instead, I move my head to kiss her cheek, and she quietly sobs.
Why do things have to be this way? All I want is to stay with you, just as I have been until now. Why won't you let me?
My voice is cracked, but that's fine. Once again, I kiss Mary's cheek while I avoid making eye contact. Even without looking at her, I can tell that she's crying. Every convulsion from her body is transmitting to me clearly.
I wish I was born human. Then I would be free to choose my own life, not worrying about the pack or about doing what's best for everyone. But more than that, if I were human, then maybe I would have been together with you after all.
A few days passed by after my tearful nighttime discussion. Given time to process what was said, but both girls gradually returned to their usual selves, and we go back to how we were before our trip to the hot spring. Aside from the occasional sidelong glance, we returned to our previous dynamic without incident. Come on, princess, what's taking so long? Just pick a movie and put it on.
I need another minute. I've narrowed my choice down to 2 tapes, but I'm having a hard time deciding on one.
Just watch one tonight and one tomorrow. It's no big deal.
Yeah, but... Suzume, can we watch both of these tonight?
No, you pick one. Fuyu picks one. That's how we agreed on it.
No fair.
Rory sulks as she goes back to deciding which movie she wants to watch tonight. Sheesh, Mirari's acting more and more human by the day. I was right to worry about the negative impact of having the girls stay here. They seem to have been getting just a little bit too used to human culture. At the rate things are going, they really won't be able to reintegrate back into their pack. I leave the girls alone and walk into the kitchen. I then turn to the radio to listen to our chances in the weather, or changes in weather, and any plans that have paths cleared. I enjoy having these two here, but we really need to get them back home sooner rather than later. The longer they stay, the more difficult it's going to be on all of us when they inevitably leave. After listening to the radio for a short while, I turn back off. With a smile on my lips, I return to the living room. Oh well. No use worrying about it while the paths are still blocked. With the clear route back to the growler's den has surfaced, then we'll leave. Then we'll talk.
Suzume, I've reached a decision.
You have? About returning home?
Uh-huh. Tonight, we'll watch the rest of the Grasslands documentary. Then tomorrow, we'll watch this movie about the Man of Iron.
Oh, you were talking about what we'll be watching. Alright, sounds good to me. Though I didn't pick you for a fan of superheroes.
Superheroes?
Yeah, that second movie you picked. It's about a person with a suit of high-tech armor that goes around fighting bad guys.
Oh, is that what it's about? I thought it was an educational film about blacksmiths.
Why would I even have something like that?
In that case, I'll pick something else. I'm not fond of violence.
Alright, you go do that. I look down at my feet and I hear a crunching sound from below. When I raise my foot, I notice numerous crumbs of food on the rug. Mirari, I thought you'd already cleaned the room today.
Oh yes, the food scraps on the floor. I apologize, I haven't yet started to sweep them up yet.
Sweep them up.
Yes, I will start shortly right after I picked another movie.
No, you don't need to sweep anything up with a rug. It will be too difficult. Haven't you heard of a vacuum cleaner?
Vacuum cleaner?
Never mind. It'll be quicker to just show you how it works. Oh no, it's vacuum cleaner time. Oh no, this is not gonna go well. I anticipate many barks. head into the storeroom and find the vacuum cleaner tucked away in the back corner. After making sure it's fully charged, I bring it back into the room and turn it on, and... Don't clip this.
Suzume, be careful, that thing is...
Mori walks backwards into the kitchen looking for a weapon to defend herself with. No, Mori, settle down. This machine is...
Ah! Another one!
And this one managed to get into the cabin. I lost her voice again.
And this one managed to get back into the cabin.
Quick, princess, behind me. I'll take it out.
Who are you? Please, be careful. It already has Suzume cornered. If it feels threatened, it might attack her.
Not on my watch. Girls, come on, not this again. I know the sound unsettles you, but it's just a machine. It won't hurt you. Is that what you said about that last one? It swallowed you whole. I'm not taking any chances with this one. Good grief. I'm gonna start cleaning. While the girls are facing off against the vacuum cleaner, I grab it by the handle and move the vacuum back and forth. Vacuum steps to the crumbs left on the floor, leaving it in a much cleaner state than it was before.
It's moving, Fuyu, it's moving! Stay back, I'm warning you!
Put the camera away, Possum. Put it away.
These fangs and claws are for show! Yes, that's right. We will not go down without a fight.
My goodness, you two. Why can't you just listen to me? Look, I'm turning it off, okay? Having cleaned the floor around where we usually eat, I turn the cleaner off. The moment I do, it always stops and both the wolf girls begin to relax.
Is it dead?
Careful, princess.
It may be Lumen, lulling us into a false sense of security.
Allow me to investigate.
Oh, okay. Be careful.
Easy does it. Easy. Now! Hey, what are you... Stop that! The moment Fuyu enters the striking range, she lunges at the vacuum cleaner and sinks her teeth into it. Fuyu, stop that. You don't need to attack it. It's already dead, okay?
Are you sure, Suzume?
Yes, I'm sure, so stop biting it, Fuyu.
If you insist.
It didn't taste any good anyway. Fuyu the Wise Wolf achievement. Of course it didn't! It's plastic! Patting herself on the back while enjoying praise from her princess, Fuyu leads Mori into the next room. Meanwhile, I assess the damage to the vacuum cleaner, which thankfully isn't as bad as it seemed. For crying out loud, how many times do I have to tell those girls? Maybe we should send them to the hot spring or something the next time I want to use the vacuum. Or the truck. I mean, in a way, I guess it's good that they aren't completely used to life here. If they don't ever join their pack, then it's for the best that they don't get too comfortable here. But really, of all the things I wish they'd learn while they were stayed here, not attacking appliances is a pretty good one. Grumbling to myself, I take the vacuum cleaner back to the storeroom and put it where I found it.
Still...
Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if the girls got used to life here. I mean, I do want what's best for them, but I'm certain that what's best is for them to return to the pack. But even so, if hypothetically they couldn't return to their pack, then it's not like it would be the end of the world. Conflicted, I returned to the living room. Oh well. I guess it's a needless concern as long as the path is still blocked. Right now, we're all stuck together, while whether we like it or... Princess! Princess, are you there? I followed you sent to this cabin. Please, Princess, if you're in there, answer me.
Visitor? For me? And that voice?
Princess, it's someone from our pack. They found a way through the snow.
Ah. Yes, that must be it.
Quickly, let us see her at once. With a solemn look on her face, Mary walks over to the door. And then she then unlocks the door and begins to open it, at which point her facial expression changes immediately.
Princess! Oh my goodness!
What? What happened to you?
What the heck over
here? Was the check over here so treacherous? When the girls open the door, what awaits them is another wolf girl. Unlike Mari and Fuyu, however, the girl before them appears to be heavily injured.
No. The path is clear. There's no problem there.
Before the path was cleared, however, the injured girl looks Mari in the eyes as she speaks.
Princess, your mother. My mother? What about my mother? Is she okay?
Princess, the avalanche which occurred during your absence injured many of us, myself included. For every one of us injured by the avalanche, however, 2 more were killed. Among those killed by the avalanche was your mother.
The queen is dead? Oh, no.
My deepest apologies, Princess, but there's no time for you to grieve. After your mother's passing, you were presumed dead as well. In light of that, a challenge was made for the throne.
A challenge? Who would dare?
One of the surviving hunters. He took advantage of the confusion and loss of life to declare himself the new alpha male. If you don't hurry back, Princess, he truly will become the new pack leader and take from you what is rightfully yours. The injured wolf girl remains standing, supported solely by the desperation and anger.
Princess, did you hear that? We must leave at once. Mother.
This is no time for mourning. If you wish to honor your mother's memory, then claim the throne she left for you.
But I
don't want the throne? Those words which Mari can't say in front of her injured kin are transmitted to me directly, as clear as day. What weighs on her mind is not the leadership of her pack, but the death of her beloved mother. Unfortunately, the other 2 wolf girls present are not about to give her the time of to grieve.
Princess, please, you must return to take the throne. Too many of us have already been killed or injured. What we need now, more than ever, is the stability of the royal family's leadership.
I agree, Princess. If we do not return now, who knows what fate will befall our pack? Take on the role left to you by your parents, Princess. Become our new leader.
I understand what you're asking from me. I really do. But
Avoiding the gaze of the two insistent wolf girls, Murray looks to me for help. Staring at me pleadingly, she appears to be on the brink of tears as she seeks my advice. Unfortunately for Mirari, I agree with her clansman. You need to go, Mirari.
am
This is your fight, Mirari. It's for the future of your pack, which both of your parents died to protect. If you don't go, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life.
But I
stand directly in front of Mirari and give her a tight smile. It's okay. I'll look after your friend here. When you're done sorting out your pack business, I'll still be here, waiting to hear that good news. So, leave. Return to your pack. And then, when all of this is over, if you still want to come back and see me, I'll welcome you with open arms. Ren looks up at me, her eyes filled with hope, as I give her one final chance at escape. Sort out your packed business, then make your decision. That is my advice to her.
very well.
I will go and fill my obligations. I don't know. Let us make haste for you. Yes, Princess. At once. Suzume, before we go, if you would, I'll take care of your friend. Hurry back, safe and sound, okay? Yes. I'm in your debt, human. Trying her best to remain as serious as the situation dictates, Fuyu leaves with a smile on her face as she hurries after Mirari. Spending only a few fleeting glances as they part, the two girls soon disappear from my sight, closing the cabin door behind them as they venture out into the snow. Phew. Mirari finally worked up the courage to face her pack, huh? I guess she wasn't really left with much choice. You say that with a smile on your face, but your tone does not match your words. Are you hoping they would stay here instead, human? Reminded of my new guest's presence, I grab a first aid kit from the shelf and sit it down on the room table. I then motion for the wolf girl to sit down on the couch, which she does, obediently. I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, I've enjoyed having the two of them around. It's been far more lively living with those two, and I have had fun. Be that as it may, I have no intentions of stopping them from returning to their pack. The short time we spent together isn't something over which I'd expect either one of them to throw away The short time we spent together isn't something over which I'd expect either of them to throw away their pack. That is a surprisingly rational conclusion for a human. Ouch! Sorry, did that hurt? No, it's fine. These bindings of cloth will aid the recovery process, will it not? Yes, they will. They're called bandages. Are you familiar with human medicine? I have used it before. As a hunter, I must adapt to the situations demand. When the first medicine on hand... When the only medicine on hand is that of humans, I will use it. I see. When I think of it, you're accepting my aid without much of a fight. Shouldn't you be more wary of me? I kind of expected you to act more like Fuyu when she first came here. There's no need for me to be wary. As she says that, the wolf girl brings a single claw to my throat. If you show any sign of hostility, I will kill you without a moment's hesitation. Ah, ha, ha, so that's it. I stand corrected. This girl is far more wary than Fuyu was. Even if that was not the case, I see no reason not to trust you. Oh, is that so? It is. After all, you have been taking care of the princess and Fuyu for all this time. What's more, both of those girls seemed quite fond of you. Not just the kind-hearted princess, but even the hard-headed, human-hating Fuyu. If you bore us ill will, you would not be able to gain their trust to such a degree. Ah, so that's it. It's been difficult at times living with those two, but I like to think that we all get along. Yes. Get along, you say. That reminds me of one of the final reasons why I believe I can trust you with my care. There's more? You've given this quite a lot of thought. You should be thankful that I have. I usually kill humans being on sight. Human beings on sight. Oh, okay. So the other reason is the overpowering aroma. I don't know which one you laid your hands on. Perhaps it was even both. All I know is that that from the moment I walked in here, I've been assaulted by the smell of one or both of those girls' pheromones. Pheromones? You don't mean... No, that's impossible. She was just in heat, that's all. My nose doesn't lie, human. I sigh and shake my head as I finish applying bandage and disinfectant on the wounded wolf girl's wounds. Alright, that ought to do it. Stay seated or lay down, your choice. Just make sure you take it easy. Welcome to stay here until you recover, as long as you don't start attacking my appliances. I do not fully understand what you mean, but I shall accept your kindness nonetheless. You have my thanks once more, human. Leaving the injured wolf girl aside, but for a moment, I return to the kitchen to take a breather. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but the reality of the situation is... Mirari and Fuyu are gone. She really did say something sussy what happened here. Be it temporary or permanent, my wolf girl house guests have finally left. Huh. What a joke. I spent all that time worrying about whether to let them stay or not. Then, in a matter of seconds, they both disappear. I feel like an idiot for thinking about all of this so much. I lean against the counter in the kitchen as the girls' faces come to mind. They vanish as quickly as they appeared. And now that they're gone, I have no way of knowing if they'll ever come back. Will Mirari become the new pack leader after all? Will Fuyu succeed in trying to keep her mischievous princess under control? Or will the coup succeed, leaving Mirari without the responsibility she has been so desperately trying to avoid all the time? As the specter of not knowing begins to loom over me, I turn my gaze towards the injured wolf girl in the next room. Although she's now bandaged up and looking much better than when she showed up, the girl is clearly not well. At that moment, I recall Fuyu's warning from the past, as well as the injured wolf girl's story. No. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Those girls know their pack far better than I do. If they left, even knowing what awaited them, then it can't be as bad as what I'm imagining. Besides, even in the worst case scenario, it's not like Mirari would fight the alpha male one-on-one. Fuyu and the rest of the pack would back her up. I'm sure of it. Surely. Yeah, surely. Those girls are going to be fine, and I'm sure they'll be back here paying me a visit before I know it. Hours quickly turn to days as I await word of Mirari and Fuyu's safety. Left behind, I spend my days living with their injured friend, facing constant reminders that I don't share with her the same relationship I did with Mirari or Fuyu. Before I realize it, a week has passed and the injured girl is well enough to return to her pack. Just like that, I am once again left on my own. Kept company only by the silence I once craved. As time continues to pass, I am left guessing as to the fate of my former guests. Mirari and Fuyu did not show their faces before me again, nor did the ancient wolf girl. Whether they're alive or dead, I have no way of knowing what has happened to them. Perhaps they perished at the hands of the new alpha male. Perhaps Mirari took the throne, leaving herself and Fuyu with no time to pay me a visit. Whatever the case, I will never know the truth. Those two girls are gone, and in all likelihood, I will never see them again. Achievement unlocked. Lone Wolf. Dang. I was sad. I had a feeling that was gonna happen, but I was hoping it wasn't. That wasn't gonna happen when they just never showed up again. I was really hoping they'd come back. Alright. Let us... Hang on a second. I interrupt Mirari, half mid-sentence, causing the wolf girl to look at me in surprise. I know I said that you should leave, but I didn't mean right now. Stay here for the night. Eat well, sleep well, prepare yourself for what you'll soon be facing. But I place my index finger over Mirari's lips as she tries to protest. You've almost died twice in the short time we've known each other. Mirari, please. Don't tempt fate a third time. Make whatever preparations you need to tonight, then settle everything tomorrow. Would you do that for me, Mirari? Alright, I understand. If you're the one asking me, Suzume, then I will do what you say. Hold on just a moment. I don't have time to play around with here any longer. Even now, our kin must be you too, Fuyu. Eh? I placed my hand, which was resting on Mirari's lips a moment ago, on Fuyu's shoulder. I know you feel like you need to go right this second without any delay, but please, think about this for a second. Your friend needs urgent care, and Mirari has just learned about her mother's death. Do you really think that rushing head first into the action is the right thing to do? Well, that is... Yeah, and of course, there's your own health to worry about as well for you. Mine? That's right. You're on edge, surprised, and feeling reckless. You're worried about your kin, but also about your friends right here. If you go out while your head is muddled, you're just gonna wind up getting hurt. And the last thing I want is for you to end up in the same state as your friend here. Suzume. With slightly reddened cheeks, Fuyu opens her eyes wide and stares at me. Him? Yeah! Good! Fuyu jumps in surprise as her injured friend suddenly clears her throat. I want to see you too? You allow yourselves to be charmed by a human girl so easily? I'm disappointed in both of you. Especially you, Fuyu. What happened to the cautious soldier who despised humans and claimed that they weren't to be trusted? Has this woman truly tamed you in such a short amount of time? Mari and Fuyu both look at their feet as their friend chides them. The injured wolf girl doesn't mince her words, nor does she display any joy on her face as she speaks. She truly is bewildered by the choices of her companions. That being said, they may have a point. Our opponent is formidable. If you go out there without a plan, you'll likely wind up rushed to your deaths. Before you leave, let me explain to you in depth what is going on and who you are up against. For the next couple of hours, the wolf girls talked to their friend while treating her wounds. Mirari and Fuyu listen intently at the events of what has transpired during their absence. From the search for Mirari to the avalanche and Ku, all of the drama is recounted for the sake of the two girls.
Mother, I had no idea.
While we were idling around here, our pack has been... Yes, I'm afraid things haven't been going well since your disappearance, Princess. Most of the problems we now face are the result of the recent weather conditions. Be that as it may, the absence of a leader has naturally compounded the issue. I can't believe everyone fell to pieces the moment our leader perished. Functioning as a pack is great and all, but why did we all lose senses of autonomy? It's because I wasn't there. If I just stayed put, then this would all... Mari and Fuyu lament on the state of their pack. With heavy hearts, they regret their absence in their pack's time of need, and the consequences of their actions. Even if they weren't directly responsible for anything that has happened, they understand the impact of their decision. No one is trying to take over. They have the support of the pack? Not especially. However, in a time where we've lost a great number of our members, then everyone is frightened. A strong male presence is not to be underestimated. The pack needs a leader, now more than ever. If this matter is left alone, it won't be long before he gains pack support. That is troublesome. When you say it's strong male, do you mean... I meant that literally, yes. To be blunt, even if you both fought him at once, you wouldn't stand a chance. If you were to defeat him in combat, you must come up with a solid strategy. Set traps, lure him into thin ice, use weapons from this human's house, do whatever it takes. Is fighting really the only way? Even if we do defeat him, it won't bring back those who have already been killed. No, but it will secure your position as pack leader, and restore the pack's stability. Even so, don't worry, Princess. You needn't lift a finger. I'll take care of the traitor all by myself. Fuyu, I understand how you feel, but I don't think you should take this man on solo. In a battle to the death, one more set of hands can easily sway the outcome. While the girls talk strategy, I head to the kitchen and start to make lunch. I try to focus on the task at hand. Task and hand. Task at hand is the saying, I believe. But for the most part, I find myself deep in thought, tormented by the reality of what my guests will soon face. I begin to feel like our time together is finally about to come to an end. I think those two leave my house was supposed to be what I've wanted from the very beginning. And yet, rather than see them off with a smile on my face, as I should have, I stopped them. Why? Why did I do that? Mirari and Fuyu are going to return to the pack. They will be reunited with their friends and family and resume their day-to-day lives. I'll return to my life. Solitude. I won't need to take care of anyone else or show consideration to anyone else. I'll be able to live as I choose. This is that's best for everyone. I know it is. So why is it that I feel like I should get involved? As the day drags on, a solemn atmosphere fills the cabin. Fuyu, desperate to protect Mirari, spends her time with her injured friend, thinking up ways to fight their common enemy. Look around the cabin for materials with which to fashion traps, talk about ways to rally the other wolves, and at all times seem to be taking the matter quite seriously. Mirari, on the other hand, separates herself from the others and sulks on her own. No doubt haunted by the thought of her deceased mother. She remains silent, not saying or doing a thing as she mourns all by herself. While the girls do as they see fit. I try to give them as much space as I can. Contrary to how I feel, I do realize that it's the half-wolf matter, and not something which a human should get involved in. As much as it pains me to see the gentle, kind-hearted wolf girls in this state, I won't butt into their affairs.
Excuse me, Suzume? May I speak to you for a moment?
Oh, Mirari, there you are. What's up?
I just wanted to speak to you about something. In private.
I look past Mirari and look over to the other wolf girls. Fuyu and the injured wolf girl are both busy looking over a map. I lent them and appear to be completely absorbed in what they're doing. We could probably just talk about this spot here. Those two seem to be pretty distracted.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Even so, Mary looks down at her feet in dejection. Whatever she wants to talk to me about, it seems like it really isn't something she's comfortable talking about in front of others. Alright. Why don't we go into my room and talk in there?
Can we? I mean, only if it isn't too much trouble.
It's not trouble, just let me... Hey! Excuse me, can I borrow you for a second? Hold on a minute. Can this wait? Fuyu, Mirari and I were about to... Did you ask about the ropes? Give me a minute, would you? That's what I'm asking about. Suzume, we were just talking... Suzume... Well... So, Suzume, we were just thinking about traps we could set up, and it seems like... Fuyu intercepts me the moment I'm about to leave the room with Mirari. Seeing this, Mirari breathes in a small sigh and then tugs on my shirt.
I'll be waiting.
So anyway, about those traps. After supplying Fuyu with the information and materials she needs, I begin my trek outside. Even though it's snowing a bit, it doesn't take long before I spot Mirari's footsteps in the snow, leading a short way from the house. Standing at the edge of the forest is Mirari. She seems to be off in her own little world. Mirari?
Yeah. Oh. Suzume. I didn't hear you approaching.
So... what was it that you wanted to talk about? It must be pretty serious if you don't want to talk about it in front of your own pack.
It is precisely because they're my pack that I do not wish for them to hear this.
Hmm?
I've given this a lot of thought, especially after hearing of my mother's fate. The truth is, I don't think I have what it takes to be the pack leader. At least, not on my own.
Mirari, who is concentrating on her feet, a moment ago looks me dead in the eyes.
Suzume, I want you to join my pack.
Huh? You want me, a human, to join a half-wolves pack?
I do.
You're kidding. I try to laugh off Mary's comment. Why I can't read. Comment. However, Mirari shows no amusement on her face, nor does she appear to be joking. You really want me to join you?
That's right.
Why? I'm a human. I don't belong in your pack. Besides, even if you and Fuyu have warmed up to me, the rest of your pack won't accept me so easily.
Once you become the pack leader, it won't matter what they think of you. Nobody would dare speak ill of the pack leader's mate.
The pack leader's... What?
Ah!
Mari quickly covers her mouth with her hands as her face turns bright red.
No, that is... As someone I personally chose to... and brought to the pack, it would only be natural for people to, you know...
Mari begins to squirm as she casts her eyes forward towards her feet once more. Still red in the face, Mari looks up at me with upturned eyes.
Would that... Would it be so bad? You said that last time, that it's okay as long as there's love, and I really do,
Mari's voice becomes barely audible as she forces herself to continue speaking.
Anyway, that's what I've been thinking. Please, Suzume, take your time and think about it. Think about what I've said.
Suddenly full of life once more, Mirari exits in a hurry. Covering her face with her hands, she runs towards the cabin, quickly disappearing from my sight. As she runs off, all I can do is sit there, shocked, unable to fully comprehend what just happened. I must have heard Mirari wrong. There's no way that she said just now what she honestly feels. I mean, if I were to take everything Mirari said just now as face value and took her word literally, then the logical conclusion would be that she loves me. Unofficial confession. Pog champ.
As the morning sun rises, the inhabitants of my cabin all wake up bright and early.
Following breakfast and some last-minute planning, and a few concerned comments from the only human present, we all meet in the living room one more time.
I don't mean to rush you, Princess, but if you are planning to lay traps before the confrontation, you'd best hurry.
Time is of the essence. Your opponent will not wait for you to get out of your wits.
Yes, I know. We will leave momentarily. Fuyu, are you prepared to leave?
Yes, Princess. I'm ready whenever you are.
Excellent. In that case, we will not dally any longer.
Smiling resolutely, Mari turns to face me.
Suzume?
Yes, Mirari?
While it pains me to leave you like this, I promise that our parting will not be for long. The kindness you have shown me until now shall not be forgotten, nor will I ever forget the time we have spent together. As soon as I'm able, I shall come back here to see you.
Of course. You're welcome any time. Same goes for you, Fuyu. Don't be a stranger. I suppose I might be able to make time for such a thing. I suppose so. Only as a princess's escort, of course. If she doesn't come back here, then neither will I. Yes, I understand.
Well then, if nothing more needs to be said, I believe it is time for us to head off. We will be back as soon as we are able to. However, should the worst happen,
Don't finish the sentence. You're both gonna be fine. In fact, I'm sure you'll be back here pestering me in no time.
I do hope so.
Bow my head respectfully. Miyari turns around with a smile on her face. Fuyu carrying some supplies and then the girls mimics Miyari's actions and then follows straight after her. Miyari opens the door, ushering Fuyu out first, and follows her out in the storm, into the snow. A moment later, the door is shut, and all at once, silence consumes the cabin once more. Left to the company of the injured wolf girl, I find myself pacing unrestlessly around the cabin as time slowly passes by. Watching the clock, waiting for something to happen, praying that the girls will be okay. I can't bring myself to relax or to focus on anything unrelated to the wolf girl's plight. All I can do is curse my own inactivity as I worry about my former guests. Damn it! Why am I getting so worked up over this? The girls are going to be fine. They've been planning their attack carefully, and the traitor has no idea they're coming after him. They have some map, some crude traps that they made, and probably even the support of those who followed Mary's parents. This should all be a walk in the park. So why do I... Oh, for God's sake, just go already! I'm gonna just jump in surprise when my remaining guest suddenly pipes up. Excuse me? You heard me! You've been pacing around like with that worried look on your face ever since those two left. If you're going to spend the entire time worrying about them, why don't you chase after them? You should still be setting up, assuming they've even arrived yet. If you hurry, you should be able to catch up to them. And shake my head and sigh. I can't do that. This is a half-wolf matter. A human like me shouldn't get involved. Oh, please! It's a little late to say that now. You're already involved whether you like it or not. Major Wolf Girl sits up on the couch and looks me directly in the eye. I don't know what's gone on between the three of you in this cabin, but the smell of the pheromones coming from those girls is overwhelming. Even if they won't admit it, I'm sure that at least one of them has their eyes set on you. As soon as you take one of them as your mate, you'll be part of the pack anyway. My eyes open wide as the wolf girl's words begin to register. Despite my insistence that I'm unrelated to the pack business and that I should keep my nose out of their affairs, it seems the girls do not feel the same way. Take one of them as my mate. It couldn't be. Could it? Mirari is offer and her calling me the pack's leader's mate. No way. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Why not end your suffering? And go after them! I'm sure they'll be happy to see you! Besides, the wolf girl's eyes suddenly narrow. They're gonna need all the help they can get. What? What do you mean by that? Exactly what I said. We made all the preparations we could in the short amount of time, but I doubt that will be enough. If it comes down to a direct confrontation between those two and the traitor, they will without a doubt be slaughtered. Slaughtered? But Mirari is the rightful heir, isn't she? Surely he'll give up, or the other members of the pack will help them. I wouldn't count on that. The second he sees the princess, he will kill her, no matter who is around to witness an act. Our pack responds to strength above all else. If the princess can defeat a potential usurper, then she will not be accepted anyway. No way. I thought facing that guy was a last resort. Not a necessity. If those two have to fight him by themselves, they'll be... that. Hydrate. Okay, hydrating. Posture check. And stretch. Ah, my back. My back. I'm old. I'm joking. I'm old. Whoa. Me back, me bones. Me bones. Me old man bones. Without another moment of thought, I run towards the storeroom and grab my axe. In response to my sudden action, the injured wolf girl smiles at me sincerely, for the first time. Good luck, human. Go and protect your mate, no matter what hardships lie in your wake. Hey, we got the support of a pack member. Hell yeah. He supports the random girl supports lesbianisms. The random wolf girl supports lesbians. Pog champ. Without sparing a moment to respond to the girl's words, I nod absently, unceremonially, and rush out to the room. I jump into my truck, placing my axe on my lap, and start the engine. He does say gay rights. Pog. Before the injured wolf girl can react to the noise of the engine, we don't have a last time. It was very funny. I drive out into the snow, throwing caution to the wind as I follow the path Fuyu once led her down. Path Fuyu once let me down. All right, this should be it. If I recall, the path up here is where there was once a pile of snow blocking the path. There's now level ground. Whether someone cleared it out or nature has simply taken its course, I don't know. All I care about is the fact that I can keep driving right into the den of Fuyu and Mirari. Wait for me, girls. I'm coming. I continue to drive through the snow, no longer sure which direction I'm supposed to be heading. Having never gone this far around the mountain before, I have no way of knowing if I'm heading towards the girl's den or in the complete opposite direction. Damn it! What did that map say again? I knew I should have kept that in the truck. Just as frustration threatens to take me over, I notice something in the distance. A few figures are moving around in the snow. Two of them are quickly circling one another, while the third takes distance. As I go closer, I recognize two of the figures. Fuyu and Mirari. And that must be... I clutch the axe resting on my lap as I focus on the third party. Facing off against Fuyu is a large creature more wolf than man, easily several times her size. Fuyu is fighting, but clearly tired, against the giant towering over her. She doesn't stand a chance. Shit. Rather than slow down, I press my foot against the accelerator even harder than before. My truck increases in speed, threatening to spin out of control at any moment as I rapidly approach my target. Fuyu! Jump! What? Jumping out of the way just in time, Fuyu narrowly avoids me being hit by my truck. Her opponent, however, is not so lucky. Shit! I'm losing control of the wheel. Damn it all! Without a moment to spare, I undo my seatbelt and grab my axe and bail out of the truck. Yeah. A few seconds later, the truck swerves off the side of the mountain, descending who knows how many miles before meeting its untimely demise. Suzume, why are you? Talk later. I hit him pretty hard, but I don't think it'll be enough to kill that bastard. As I respond to my words, I feel a presence manifest behind me. I turn around, swinging my axe wildly, hoping to nail the wolf in the head. Unfortunately, my luck appears to have run out. Human filth. My axe strikes the wolf in what assumes to be his ribcage. Unfortunately, my attack only serves to enrage the beast. The next moment, he swipes. He swings his mighty claws straight sideways, ripping the axe from my hands. Before I can so much as reach for my weapon, the wolf pounces on me, pinning me to the ground. Dirty human! My eyes widen as the wolf raises his claw, pinned to the ground with no hope of escape. I watched in terror as the lumbering, razor-sharp appendages is swung down. With more weight and precision behind it than I could dare to imagine, time appears to slow to a halt, as death beckons me all too soon.
Get away from my mate.
Gah! Stupid little! Come here!
Ah! Princess!
I'll pay for that, traitor! The moment I resigned myself to death, I opened my eyes to find an unbelievable sight. Despite the difference in their size and the sheer hopelessness of the situation, Miari and Fuyu are desperately fighting off the alpha male.
You girls.
What are you doing? You should have taken the opportunity to run away.
I could never do that. How could I possibly run away with my tail behind my legs while you saved me yet again?
Forget about keeping a score. We're talking about life and death here. You should flee and save yourself.
Never. If I lose my life, I will not let you down. If I lose my life, I will not let you down again.
Even if I lose my life, I can't fucking read.
Fuyu and I will hold him off while we do that. Please escape.
Yeah, alright. I didn't come all this way just to watch this clump of meat take you both out. I race to my feet and grab my axe as I do. There are only two ways of leaving this place. As a corpse, or together with my mate. Ah! The human again! Die, you miserable piece of... Bonk. God. With the two wolf girls holding their opponent back, I land two clear heavy blows straight to the alpha male's head. It is enough to knock him unconscious, but for the first time since the girls engaged him, he appears to be weakening. Unfortunately, his strength is still too much for the girls to bear. Two of them are tossed about as though they are weightless, using all of their strength to merely hang off the wolf's limbs as he moves about. Pain spreads to the girls' faces. They won't last much longer. You bastard! Take your hand off her! Arrgh! You worthless! I shoot the wolf again and again, ignoring every warning my body gives as I push myself beyond my limit. My axe splinters but remains in one piece, even if it collides with the wolf's thick skull. It somehow avoids destruction. Only good for one more strike. I raise my axe over my head and put an end to the fight once and for all. Not so tough now, huh? Are you? Barely able to stand, I limp over to the unconscious wolf's ragged body. We only have a wooden axe, which is not only good for stabbing prey with the broken end. I bring my weapon to the wolf's face.
Suzume, stop. Please, that's enough.
Princess is right. Suzume, lower your weapon. The pack will take care of the rest. Turning to face the girls, I regrettably dropped my weapon. Even if I wanted to finish their opponent off, the truth is, I don't have the strength.
I'm so relieved. When you were pinned down to the ground, I was so scared that I thought my heart would leap out of my chest. Why'd you put yourself in harm's way like that?
Mari speaks with rage and anger in her voice. It seems that, despite being touched, she's so angry she's also angry at me for risking my life. Be it the loss of blood, My overwhelming exhaustion, or the rare chink in the wall around my heart. Ah. I respond thusly. How could I not come with my mate? Come when my mate was in danger.
Your mate? What I said before, do you mean?
I chuckle at Mirari's response. You're the one who said it first, Mirari. Don't tell me you've changed your mind.
Of course not. I could never change my mind about that, not in a million years. But, are you sure? I mean, all the things you said about me being better off with my pack.
Ah, yeah, I said a lot of stuff about that, huh? But you know, the way I see it, all I have to do is join your pack, and everything will be fine, right?
Excuse me, do you mean that?
I nod. I don't know what it's like to live with a pack of half-wolves, or what kind of challenge will await me. All I know is the time I've spent with you have been the best of my life. If joining your pack is what it takes for those days we've shared together to continue indefinitely, then it's a price I'll gladly pay.
Excuse me.
Maria's legs buckle. She buries her face in her hands, crying tears of joy as emotions and fatigue overwhelm her.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I put you through so much. I've made you do so much for me, and yet you're still.
It's alright. Alright, enough apologizing. You didn't force me to do anything. Everything that's happened between us was my own choice. And I'd be happy to do it all over again. Mariah continues to cry as I hold her in my arms. While their pack carts off the alpha male, quote unquote. Mariah and Fuyu and I take our leave. We slowly trudge through the snow, heading back to my cabin with clear exhaustion and relief painted all over our faces. Finally, it's over. Upon return to the cabin, you waste no time making yourself useful. Hello, Ruby. How are you doing? We just murdered a wolf, and we've declared Mirari as our mate. She takes the gear I have been using to treat her friend and picks up where I left off, clumsily figuring out for herself how human medicines work. Before long, Fuyu's treatment becomes centered around her dialogue with the injured girl, rather than the actual application of the medicine. She tells the injured girl of everything that's happened, including the many embarrassing things that were said. Thankfully, by the time she gets to that part, I've already left the room. And so has Mirari. So, here we are again. With us once, just to make sure, but are you really okay with this?
I appreciate your concern, Suzume, but it is unnecessary. If I didn't want this, I would not have come here in the first place.
Smiling gently, Mari sits down on the edge of my bed. Despite her apparent composure, I can see that her hands are shaking, and I don't miss the quick glances she throws towards me. Prepared or not, Mirari is still nervous.
Do you remember what you said last time, Suzume? You told me that I should save myself for someone I love, and only do it with them if they'd love me back. Well, I'm sure it goes without saying at this point, but I love you, Suzume. From the bottom of my heart, I truly do love you.
Mari fidgets, her face bright her face bright red as she smiles and looks down at her feet at the floor.
How about you, Suzume? Do you, I mean, not to put you on the spot, but
I love you too, Mirari. I meant everything that I said today about staying with you, joining your pack, and of course, becoming your mate. Nari's body grows rigid as my heartfelt words reach her. It takes Mirari a few seconds to settle down, but once she does, a lengthy sigh escapes from her lips.
in that case, this time around there's no reason to hold back. This time, for sure, I'm going to make you mine, Suzume.
She kisses me slowly at first, but growing in speed and force. Look, Ruby, you do the same. I know you do the same, let's be honest. We all do the same. I bet Rat did the same. I bet Rat did this as well on this part. I can feel her wrap her arms around me and pull me towards her. I feel hands press against my hips, urging me to move towards the bed. Whoa. Surprised by her forcefulness, I fall onto the bed as Mirari brings me down on top of her. Behind her blushing cheeks and smiling lips, there's a fierce determination hidden in Mirari's eyes. Go easy on me.
I'm sorry, but I don't think that's going to be possible.
I chuckle as Mirari's sudden assertiveness. Smiling, I lean up and gently kiss her on the lips. We spent the night together, lost in pleasure we've never felt with anyone else. As the mate of the new pack leader, my daily life has become busier and more tiring than I previously thought possible. Mirari's pack, even after losing so many of their members, is still of a significant size. I could spend years as part of the pack and still never manage to remember anyone's name. Thankfully, to my surprise, the pack welcomes me, just as it has Mirari. Mirari, the rightful heir, and Suzume, the human who defended the would-be usurper. Defeated, not defended. I can't read. Needless to say, we are a pair of whom everybody has their eyes on. Despite my position as Mirari's side, there's surprisingly little expected of me. My main duty within the pack is to teach everyone, particularly the young cubs, about human society. How to watch out for traps, when to flee, and when to fight. Which human supplies are edible, and so on. Aww, that's cute. Cute little wedding ring. There was one thing Mirari specifically requested of me once they joined the pack. With a beautiful and ornate wooden ring. Mirari adhered to human traditions one night while getting down on one knee. Aww, she's so pretty. The Wolf Princess Bride. So pretty. That's a gush. That's probably a gush. You've gotta say it. I've gotta say, of all the things I expected to happen to me out here, getting married was not one of them. Heck, I didn't know half wolves did this kind of thing.
From what I'm told about human marriages, it seems like there are quite a number of differences between those and the ones we hold. Our weddings ultimately come down to a simple pledge. To love one another until the day we both die.
Yeah, human weddings are a bit more complicated than that. They're more about spending a lot of money, taking tons of photos, applying for tax breaks.
Tax breaks?
Forget it. It was just a joke. Really though, to think that you'd be leading all these people.
Well, be leading all these people. I may be the official leader, but I will not still be counting. I will still be counting on you to assist me as much as possible.
Oh? I thought my only duty were to help you raise the pack's comps and teach them about human culture.
Those are important too, but that isn't all you'll be doing.
And of course, if nothing else,
I won't let you forget about your main job.
my main job? As if waiting for me to ask that question, Mary pulls me forward immediately and kisses me on the cheek. Yes, Sea of Thieves! A game that's clearly we have Wi-Fi. We have Wi-Fi in here, in the midst of the woods. Clearly, yes. Wi-Fi.
To stay on my side, forever and ever.
And that's a promise I can make. With a kiss, we make our vows. Woo! Good game. Good game. Lovely game. Clappers, clappers, clappers. Where's my clap button? Woo! Good game, good game. Alright, now what? We still got some time. We still got about 2 hours to kill before I end stream to get some food. So, let's see. 2 hours to kill. What to do? Nars, jamming out.